Grab your coffee mug. We're back with another psychic weather forecast for the week to come. Rhino with you from Cards of Light for our Sunday morning spread for July 6th, the week of July 6th, 2025. And welcome back to my tarot table. Let's take just a moment to get our minds still, just a few soft breaths here before we begin. Using the Thoth deck again this week. And we're going to be looking at, as we do on Sundays, the 4 dimensions of our lives. Over here in the physical dimension, we have the 4 of Swords to get us started here. The social emotional, we have the Knight of Wands. In the mental dimension, we have Fortune. And in the spiritual dimension, we have the 3 of Discs. Get these lined up nice and pretty, and then take a look at the big picture. So 1 court card, 2 pips, and a major this week for our spread. Let's take these one by one. The 4 of Swords here in the physical dimension, and this is a call to take it easy and get some rest. It's styled Truce here in the Thoth deck, and I think this is the card of repose, of rest after battle, rest between battles. It has seemed like just constant uproar and constant battles this year in 2025, particularly here in the United States where I live, although I suspect that people are feeling that all over. We have just been faced with so much turmoil, so much change, very little of it appearing to be positive, although, of course, we can't really tell in the long run how things are going to work out. But it has been daunting. And this Independence Day weekend for us here in the U.S. has been, for a lot of us, not much of a celebration, to be honest with you. We've seen our democracy just thrown in the dumpster, and just the incredible senselessness and ignorance and cruelty in all quarters within our government and in the corporate sphere. And so it has been difficult. This week, let's take some extra time to get quiet. Let's take some extra time to rest, to do some things that just bring us joy, bring us comfort, and try to kind of regain our sense of calm, our sense of quiet, spend some time in meditation, those sorts of things this week. Take some leisurely walks. Not looking like it will be a great week for vigorous activity, for really pushing the edges of things. Again, this card is in the physical dimension. And so let's seek some stability. 4's the cards of stability, and Swords, the suit of the mind. And so for our physical well-being, we need to get our mind still. It is good always to have some sort of meditative practice, something that helps us on a regular basis every day to achieve that stillness of mind. But super, super important, especially this coming week. Lots of temptations there to keep up on everything that is going on. And certainly we want to be well informed, but it's this week especially, I have a feeling that we we really need to spend some extra time in solitude and quiet. So, okay, enough said about that one. And this is for our physical well-being as well as our mental health. Over here in the social emotional, we have this Knight of Wands, and that is kind of a contrary message to what's going on over here. This is the card of action, forward, charging on forward. So this is fire of fire. And I have a sense that this is about social connections, and making those connections with people. So while we're preserving our calm and quiet here, we need to be reaching out. If there's an opportunity, if there's a community group that you have been wanting to get involved with, but have been sort of hesitant for some reason or another, this is a good week to move forward with that, to make those connections. And those, of course, are super important, especially when our society is in such upheaval, that we make those connections on the local level and that we work together with others of goodwill and like mind to try to mitigate some of the damage that is being done to us here and to our neighbors and to our friends and to our families. So, but we need to do it from a place of calm and a place of stability, a place of quiet. But definitely get involved in it. And if you're hearing this and you have been kind of looking at a community organization to get involved with, but have been hesitant for some reason, this is your cue to jump right on that horse and move forward. Okay, up here in the mental dimension, we have the Fortune card. And this has just come up over and over and over and over again. And when it does, it is a reminder that change is the rule in what we experience as material reality. And that in order to deal with that, we can't get caught up in all of the stuff flying around us. We have to cleave to the center there. We have to find the still point. So this is certainly a reinforcement of this Four of Swords card down here. We need to spend both for our physical health and for our mental health. We need to spend some time getting still, getting our minds still, and remembering that all of this stuff comes and goes, and we do what we can, but we have to do that from a place of calm and stillness and quiet. Over here in the spiritual dimension, another reinforcement of the message down here. This Three of Discs, it is styled works in the Thoth deck, but it is about collaboration and community. Sometimes about conspiracy. I'm not advocating that we get involved in any kind of conspiracy, but certainly we need to be working together with others to try to achieve the goals that we want to see for ourselves and for others in society. For me, that is working for peace and justice, and people having enough food to eat, people having adequate shelter, those sorts of basic human needs. And also human dignity is another thing that is an important value to me. And so those are the sorts of collaborative causes that I devote myself to, whatever those are for you. You know, we've got one side of this kind of spread here saying, hey, get still, get calm. We've got this other side over here that says, okay, from that place of stillness and calmness, you work together with others to try to make things better in the world. So that's the way I would see these cards. I would love to hear what you think about them. If you'd like to leave a comment here with the video, you can, or you can reach me by popping out to the weblog at atarotjourney.com and clicking on the contact tab, and that will get you my email address, and you can get in touch and reach out with anything that you'd like. Kind of some changes with this channel. I found myself really getting burnt out a week or so ago, and too much stuff going on in the news and all of that as well. I was just feeling very depressed, low on energy, all of that kind of stuff, and something kind of had to give. So I took a little break for a week. Uh, Still not really on top of my game, but I'm going to try to dive back in here and at least make videos once a week. I don't know if I'll be doing them twice a week. And I'm not going to be doing the daily shorts, at least for the time being. I still am doing my daily card draw, and if you want to see those, you can again visit that weblog at atarojourney.com and click the link to Flickr, and that will be the album that I keep all of those cards in if you have any interest in that. But I'm not going to be doing the YouTube shorts, at least for the time being. But we'll be coming to you at least once a week, either with card draws or sometimes with essays and things like that. And going to do my best to keep up with that throughout the summer. I hope that wherever you are, that you are well, and that you're hanging in there amidst all of the chaos and insanity that we're facing, and all of the sad news and all of the bad news and all that kind of stuff. We need to really take the advice of the cards this week and keep our nervous systems regulated, keep our minds calm, and join together with others to try as best we can to mitigate damage and to make things better if we can. So my wish for you is that you have a beautiful, peaceful week, and we'll see you soon. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. I do wish you peace. Bye-bye.